I trust you've been able to find yourself a place within the organization?
I'm personally overseeing the distribution of the vaccine.
All through the proper intermediaries, of course.
Intermediaries?
We have a great number of agencies who in turn operate other agencies. Boxes stacked one in another. They'll need to be reactivated, but we never touch anything directly. We only influence, suggest, insinuate.
The entire executive branch is handpicked. 19 of the last 23 U.S. presidents have been members of the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is financed by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds.
Let's get back to what we know about Prague and what we always know when it comes to false flag situations. Like Gulf of Tonkin and the Reichstag, like 9/11 and the AUG incident before this. There's more here than meets the eye.
Ask me, I think the government did it. They want people to think the NSF are terrorists.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
People know the government has a vaccine. Riots everywhere. The same corporation that makes ambrosia also manufactures the virus. Quite convenient. They're infecting people on purpose, huh?
Executive Order 109090. It lets us take over all modes of transportation.
FEMA can do that?
If the President declares an emergency, Executive Order 109095, we can take over the media.
All of it?
Any and all.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to detention centers? Your tabloids call it RX-84.
Yeah, including the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court.
In my position, I find it very easy to add names to that list.
The whole project of world government, going back to the League of Nations, has been funded and manipulated mainly by wealthy bankers. Remember that the UN itself was built on land donated by John D. Rockefeller.
They will never stop until we are all dropped into isolationist ghettos, just like Gollum City, followers. This attack expedites legislation that, in time, will be expanded to include naturals. It'll guarantee legislation that will make the distribution and implantation of chips mandatory. Chips that will eventually be implanted in our natural asses too. I told you an attack like this was imminent and people called me paranoid. Well, what do you think now, at conspiracy_Chad99?
The world must know by now, Everett. What we've done.
Know what? Only that the long night is over. The crown of government is tarnished. But that will fade in time.
The wealthy have always been the ones to profit from one world government. The United Nations' secret goal... Well, this is David Rockefeller's description from a half a century ago. The supranational sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers.
I really want to pose to you, followers. Are we protecting ourselves from them, or are they protecting themselves from us? Gotta admit, I'm conflicted.
Executive Order 109097. We can take command of natural resources.
Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance.
You know, they've tried to take our guns away from us for so many years, and that's one of the good things about this whole AUG hysteria. It's a diversion. Leftist political groups that blamed guns for all the mass murders in the early 2000s can bug off now.
You haven't heard of RX-84?
Uh-huh.
FEMA takes over the highways, police, airports, media, the armed forces.
But they still report to the President, right?
Not until the end of the emergency.
Not if this UN resolution goes through. Not with the Bilderbergs, the Council of Five, and the Trilateral Commission making the rules. You can add Humanity Front to that list because they're the ones with their evil overlord Bill Taggart, who disguises himself as a healer of the sick. They're the ones who are pushing for this resolution. This is all by design, followers.
And who are we? Who are we really?
We are the invisible hand. We are the Illuminati. We come before and after. We are forever. And eventually, we will lead them into the day.